Welcome to Warbler Watching for Beginners. We're going to jump right in. This is some footage of a male yellow warbler bouncing around in these willows here. And he's singing while he does it. That's pretty typical behavior for a warbler. This is a good spot if you're local to start looking for warblers. Even though it's starting to get later in the season, you'll still find plenty at the Gorman Nature Center. This is our back pond. We call it the whip pond. It's got cattails. It's got a good woodland off to the left of it. And that's a perfect place for warblers. Water is a great place to start because there will be insects coming up out of the water. So if you can find a place where there's a good kind of old growth woodland area with some water next to it, like the reservoir or here at the Gorman Nature Center, then you're going to have a good chance to find some warblers. And this singing is pretty typical. This is kind of late morning, which is a good time to look for them. Early morning is best if you want singers, really active birds. So the reason that we have all these coming through is because they're coming through on migration, and they're using something called a flyway. So we're in that Mississippi flyway. If you look at that picture, birds are flying from the south to the north right now. We are so close to the Atlantic and that central flyway, that we will get birds from those flyways, and very rarely the Pacific Flyway totally blown off course. But this is pretty typical. These are some shorebirds that are migrating through as well, so not just warblers coming through. Those little guys bouncing up and down are called dunlin, and from afar, this is through a scope, but from afar they kind of scurry around. They all travel in a pretty big flock. Those white guys with the orange beaks were called terns. All of those can hang around in the summer, but this is just the best time to see them. So here's some examples. This is a palm warbler. This is a yellow-rumped warbler, and he's kind of showing you that insect feeding behavior. This is a ruby-crowned kinglet. And this is a black and white warbler. Again, a different behavior, climbing on the outside of the tree, kind of like a nuthatch. So for warblers, song identification can be really important, and it can be very helpful, especially when they're being kind of evasive up at the top of a tree looking for insects, trying to get into the sun. So for warblers, word association can be helpful. And yellow warblers, the word association is sweet, sweet, sweet. I'm so sweet. So you might hear that one more time. So I'm going to leave you with one last look at some good habitat at the Gorman Nature Center, where you might be able to find some warblers, even where we have had some migrating songbirds nesting. This is right by our pine woods, but again, this is, some good shrubby stuff, some tall trees, some dead trees. I found quite a few species in here last week. So remember, this is just a beginner's guide. I'm going to link as many resources as I can find for online, and then I might link a couple good warbler guides that you could purchase as well if you're interested in following this in future years, not just this year. This is something that takes many years to really perfect. I've been doing this, I've been at the Nature Center for 5 years now, and every year I feel like I have to relearn the warblers just because, it's a year between when they come back. So it is a super fun thing. If you're into bird watching, I definitely recommend it. If you have any questions, we can answer those for you. And if there are any additional resources that you'd like, then just let us know. And hope you guys enjoyed. Good luck and have fun.